Oh god, I felt something in my pants just now.
The narrator is a dick?
That's another death to go into the game's files to log how much of a failure you are.
Yep, fitting title. Okay. I find myself at a loss with this review. It must be said that I'm a firm opponent of rage quit style video games. The pure reason I have a white hot burning rage over games with Japanese level of ludicrous difficulty, as in the bullet hell games you find in Far East arcades, is simply because of inadequacy. And the pure reason I have a white hot burning rage for simple, usually flash driven, unfair platforming games is because I think the entire premise is bullshit. Having to memorise a path through obstacles with no clear warning and dishonest trap design is neither fun nor particularly challenging, it's just a chore. However, I picked up The Narrator as a dick because I enjoy the overall fourth wall comedy premise these games go for, with the predecessor being the solid gold Stanley Parable, mod or standalone. And as much as I hate The Narrator as a dick, I have to admire its design. You are a postman, probably the most dedicated and foolhardy postman there is. A postman with a serious case of narrator syndrome, with a mysterious narrator guiding him through levels. Well, to be honest, there's no goal or reason given, not that platformers need one. Freerunners don't need a reason to jump over buildings, they just do it, it's their thing. Arrow keys to move, space or up to jump and E to interact, it's as bare bones as you can get without the control scheme just being a carcass. As previously stated, this is a rage game, or unfair platformer if you prefer. Traps are there to mislead you and catch you out, they're designed to kill you multiple times, with the only way to completing the level is a varying amount of suicide mixed with trial and error. It all generally equates to smacking your head on the keyboard with the aim of chipping off every single key before you succumb to a severe concussion. The added quirk here is that every time you do perish, some rather unhelpful narrator will criticise your decision to do so.
Died the way of the blue hedgehog. If I asked you to stop dying, would you please stop dying? Well, it looks like someone left a bunch of money on the ground. Well, let's go pick it up and see what happens. Alright, that's it. You're not playing the game anymore.
But the fact that the game is based upon multiple deaths, and the narrator sees fit to uniquely comment on each one, you can see the whole foundation to the humour of this game. Do I believe this is rather dry and shallow when you compare said humour to comedic titans such as Psychonauts or Undertale? Yeah. Do I hold it against the game? Nope. It's simple, short and challenging. Something about the searing, almost Cadicarus-esque chirpings of the incessant narrator spurs you on to try harder. It almost bullies you forward, digging right down deep into either your raw tenacity or your hidden masochism. I'm honestly not sure which. On the other hand, the game has its flaws. For one, the music is grating. For background music, I'd want something peaceful, something jarring when compared to the unending groaning of the evil narrator. The music ends up being rather bouncy and dominant, which truly is difficult to ignore when you're waist deep in broken controller chunks and your own fury-induced salivation. Not to mention the narrator's lines aren't endless, so you might be hearing a few nuggets repeat on a few deaths. That in the game is arse-clenchingly difficult. I'm on about 300 deaths so far, and I've not been able to topple the final boss. To say the game is a simple platformer would not be doing the designer justice. There's a few mix-ups to the regular formula that'll keep things fresh, as well as a good splash of competent, enjoyable writing. The asking price for the game is $3.99. Now, I think that's a tad steep for what's on offer, but for starved lovers of the unfair bullshit genre, I doubt you'll get such a unique experience on Steam. For others, it's a burst game, something to try on a stream or buy for a mate. Definitely worth a look in a sale though. On a personal note, the developer Adam DeLeese has quite a charming Twitter detailing his excitement for the game's release and its development. It was a joy to read and reminds me why I review indie games. And if you happen to be watching, thanks Adam. Unless you're the voice of the narrator in the game, if so, you're a dick. You will like this game if you like the Stanley Parable, high blood pressure, and unfair bullshit. The Narrator is a Dick receives an Indie Bin recommendation.
There's a thing called the escape button, a thing called the quit game button. You could press it to save all the pain and emotional heartache from listening to these little quips after you died. You just died, you're a disgrace to your whole family. You're so savage when you die. My humble narrator is gone, and now it's me. You're dead, you're dead. You're dead, oh you're dead. You're dead, oh you're dead. You suck.